Hey guys, it's Bug and I'm back with another book haul. A couple of these I got from the thrift store, and then I ordered one from Thrift Books, and I'll show you that one at the very end because it's my favorite. So let's start off with Birds of Utah. Of course, it's a field guide, and if you like to make botanical earth theme journals, then these field guides are great. This one is Birds of Utah specifically, and there's the information. It was $13.95 whenever it was, I don't know what, can't be that old, right? 2003. So this one is glossy pages. I am going to generally gut it and make cards out of it, like journaling cards, and maybe back postcards with it. But I really liked, oh, I don't know what that is. I really like this one. Anyway. So the next thing I picked up was this. This is a family photograph album. It is by Robert something. And it is styled like one of those vintage cabinet card type albums. So this was a dollar, or not a dollar, this was 25 cents. So I picked it up because I knew that I could do something with these pages, even though they're ginormous, but they're fun. So it's just got different florals. That sort of thing. So picked that up. Next is a funny one. I picked up this Hunky Dory Compendium 5. And so this is just paper craft and card making mostly, projects and that you can make out of Hunky Dory products. Sorry. I thought it would be fun to flip through. This is another one that was a quarter. I started out as a very kind of clean line book, or geez. I started out as a clean line card maker and mini album maker. And I know that back in the day when there wasn't a ton of craft content, or specifically paper craft, that I used to watch the sales that they had on whatever this channel is that sells the Hunky Dory. It's like HSN, but the English version. And so I thought this would be fun to kind of look through and maybe spark some ideas. And then, because it was a quarter, I just maybe put it in the donate and redonate it. So that's that. It's fairly hefty. Now, this one is a classic. And if you're a kid that grew up in the 70s and the 80s, you may have had this book in your house. This is a Reader's Digest Back to Basics book. It is one that I remember learning a lot of things from. And sorry about the glare, but let's go through it. I'm going to use some of this in some of my earth journals. It does have information on gardening, planting, which is also probably gardening, canning, taking care of chickens, all the things. These are matte pages, and I won't go through every page, but it has a lot of really good images, photographs, and then a lot of really good illustrations, how-tos, and like this sort of thing that I think would be interesting to put in an Earth journal. I mean, generally just to use as pages, right, for me. And then, let's see how much of this you can see. Yeah. So as we make our way back further, oh no, don't look at that. Oh, that's just a bellows. I thought it was a carcass. Y'all. Let's see here. Different stoves. I think this is building a porch. Energy from wood, water, wind, and sun. All kinds of fun things in here. So let's see. I had a copy of this book, and then my friend had a copy as well. And so, you know, back in the day, if there wasn't anything on TV, you just sit around and look at whatever books were around. Assembling the units into a working system. So anyway, yeah. This is the gardening section. Fruits and veg. What's this guy doing? Oh, beer making. There you go. Out of a random bucket that you found in the yard, I guess. No? I don't know how beer works. More about cooking. There's this one thing in here, and of course, you know, in the 80s, where you take the foil thing and you tilt it and make an oven, a solar oven. It's in here somewhere. Livestock. So, ooh, and the fun stuff. Rug making. I think I learned marbling, paper marbling from this book, but batik, quilting. Oh no. That was the part I didn't want to look at. Woodworking. Yeah, just make yourself a rocking chair. No big deal. No big whoop. But anyway, this book has everything. And I like it a lot, and I'm about to take all the pages out of it. Woohoo! So anyway, I was really excited to find that. And then this is the last book that I have for today, and it is one that I ordered off of Thrift Books. And of course, there's a giant glare, but it's called American Victorian Cottage Homes. And I really love, so my uncle was a woodworker and cabinet maker, and so I took drafting as a kid. I was the only girl in my class, but I've always really liked those drafting blueprint type images that are like the specs ones, you know, that show like it has a line with the different what was the word I'm looking for? Scale, that sort of thing. And so I was looking for something like this and ran into this one. It is fairly fantastic. It has sketches of the front of houses, but then it has some of these pages that show like this is what it looks like from the front and the back, and here's the top level and the bottom level. And I don't know why, but I just love this. So I don't know if that's of interest to anyone else, but this one, let's see. Oh, and speaking of homes, I just found out that there's a home in the Boise North End that is a Sears home, but when I looked on Google Earth, it looks like you can't really see it from the street. So I was pretty bummed about that, but I'm gonna see if we can figure out how to bother someone to be able to see it. Not the inside, just to see it from the, you know, from the street or whatever. But yeah, so I'm going to use all of these things in my next, in my upcoming projects. Thanks for joining me for that one. Let me know if you had a favorite, and I will see you in the next one. And if you have, and if you want to check out thrift books, I will have my friend link in the description box.